The internet erupted on a quiet Tuesday, catching everyone off guard. What started as an ordinary day quickly turned extraordinary as millions of people found themselves glued to their screens, captivated by a single explosive headline. Japan's giant destroyers arrive in the Philippines, blared across blogs, news aggregators, and every major social media platform. The story spread like wildfire, with influencers and ordinary users alike sharing and resharing the news. Dramatic photos of massive warships slicing through the waves fueled a frenzy, igniting hashtags like #JapanPHAlliance and #DestroyersForPH. The images seemed almost cinematic, as if pulled from a blockbuster film, and they captured the imagination of an entire nation. For many Filipinos, the story was electrifying, a symbol of newfound strength and security. Social media feeds overflowed with excitement, and public spaces buzzed with conversations about what this could mean for the country's future. Images of Izumo-class and Maya-class destroyers, bristling with advanced tech, made the rumor feel real. The sight of these formidable ships, equipped with state-of-the-art weaponry and radar, seemed to promise a new era of defense capability. Comment sections overflowed with pride and hope, as if the Philippines had suddenly leapt into a new era of naval power. People posted messages of gratitude, optimism, and even nationalistic pride, envisioning a stronger alliance and a safer future. But as excitement peaked, doubts crept in. Where were the official announcements? Why the silence from both governments? The lack of confirmation began to feel unsettling, and questions started to swirl. Defense analysts and journalists began to question the story's authenticity. They scoured official channels, searching for press releases or statements, but found nothing concrete to support the viral claims. No treaties, no press conferences, no mainstream coverage, just viral posts and recycled images. The more people looked, the more they realized that the story was built on shaky ground. The gap between online euphoria and official silence grew impossible to ignore. The excitement that once united the internet now gave way to skepticism and confusion. The first cracks in the viral narrative had begun to show, leaving everyone to wonder, had they all been swept up in a digital illusion, or was there still truth waiting to be uncovered? Across the Philippines, a single rumor swept through the nation, sparking a powerful wave of national pride and anticipation. In bustling city streets and quiet rural towns alike, people paused their daily routines, united by a sense of hope that something monumental was unfolding. Many imagined Japanese destroyers patrolling Philippine waters, standing as guardians for local fishermen and boldly asserting the country's sovereignty. The thought of foreign allies offering protection brought comfort and excitement, fueling conversations everywhere from fishing docks to family dinner tables. Yet beneath the surface, the story's roots were surprisingly shallow. Driven not by seasoned journalists or official sources, but by social media influencers and bloggers eager for attention. Their posts spread rapidly, gaining traction without the backing of credible news outlets. Sensational headlines and unsourced claims echoed through every corner of social media, blurring the line between fact and fiction. Images of warships and bold statements were shared thousands of times, each share adding to the growing frenzy. For most, expertise in defense policy was unnecessary. A striking photo and a dramatic headline were all it took to convince many that the rumor was true. In cafes and living rooms, people debated the news, often accepting it at face value. Lost in the noise were the real complexities, the intricate process of military procurement, the legal restrictions on foreign military presence, and the operational realities that make such deployments rare. These details were drowned out by the excitement. As the day wore on, a glaring absence became impossible to ignore. Major news networks remained silent, their broadcasts unchanged, and news websites showed no sign of the supposed naval story. Where were the official ceremonies, the government statements, the front-page headlines that usually accompany such historic events? The silence from authorities only deepened the mystery. Gradually, doubt began to spread. The initial euphoria faded, replaced by confusion and whispered questions among friends and strangers alike. The rumor's grip on the public was strong, but cracks were beginning to form. Some hesitated before sharing, unsure what to believe. The public's growing desire for clarity and reassurance set the stage for an official response. People waited anxiously, hoping for answers. The web of confusion, spun so quickly by rumor and hope, was about to be challenged by the undeniable force of reality. The viral story that swept across social media was, at its core, a fantasy, an example of how quickly misinformation can spread in today's hyper-connected world. Despite the dramatic headlines and eye-catching posts, no Japanese destroyers were being transferred to the Philippines. Those impressive, state-of-the-art ships remained firmly in Japan's fleet, continuing their vital role in national defense and regional security. The rumor likely began with a photo of a Japanese warship visiting the Philippines for a routine naval exercise. Stripped of its original context and paired with a sensational headline, the image quickly fueled speculation and confusion online. In reality, Japan and the Philippines do cooperate closely on maritime security, but this partnership is built on port calls, joint drills, and limited equipment transfers, not the handover of billion-dollar destroyers. Their collaboration is rooted in mutual training and shared strategic interests. The scale and drama of the rumor were wildly out of sync with the actual facts. Social media amplified the story, but official statements quickly debunked the claims. Operating a Maya-class destroyer is a billion-dollar, highly complex endeavor. It's not a simple handover, but a massive undertaking involving advanced technology, specialized training, and ongoing maintenance. The viral narrative ignored the immense logistics, years of training, and enormous costs involved in running such sophisticated warships. These are not assets that can be transferred overnight or without significant preparation. The real partnership between Japan and the Philippines is about building long-term capacity, providing radar systems, new patrol vessels, and expert training. It's a gradual process focused on strengthening maritime security, not about instantly transforming the Philippine Navy into a naval superpower. The truth may be less flashy than the viral fiction, but it's far more meaningful. Real progress comes from steady cooperation and shared commitment. To truly understand the story, we must set aside the fantasy, look past the viral headlines, and focus on the facts that shape real-world partnerships. The destroyer rumor ignored a fundamental reality: Japan's constitution. Article 9 renounces war and strictly limits Japan's military exports, especially offensive weapons like destroyers. Even with recent policy relaxations, lethal weapon transfers remain heavily restricted and require rigorous approval. A destroyer handover would be a radical, unprecedented move, politically and legally fraught. Such a transfer would trigger fierce debate in Japan's parliament and public. The rumor simply didn't fit with Japan's post-war identity or its legal framework. The story was never plausible under current Japanese law. The real story of Japan's support is practical, not sensational. Japan has provided the Philippine Coast Guard with large, modern patrol vessels, designed for law enforcement, search and rescue, not naval warfare. These ships, equipped with helipads and advanced communications, are fully compliant with Japan's export rules. Japan's assistance also includes coastal radar systems, boosting the Philippines' maritime awareness. Most importantly, Japanese experts are training Filipino crews, ensuring the new assets are used effectively. This steady, sustainable partnership is transforming Philippine maritime security. The true alliance is built on practical help, not viral headlines. The destroyer rumor spread because of powerful, decontextualized images. Real photos of Japanese warships, stripped of their original context, became proof of a transfer that never happened. Social media thrives on striking visuals. Users shared the images without reading the details. Algorithms amplified the most sensational content, burying the truth. The creators of the rumor knew exactly which images would trigger national pride and excitement. A simple reverse image search could have debunked the story in minutes. This episode is a stark reminder: context matters, and media literacy is essential. The destroyer story was a visual illusion, not reality. As the rumor peaked, both governments stepped in. The Philippine Department of National Defense and Armed Forces categorically denied any destroyer transfer, urging the public to trust official sources. Japan's Ministry of Defense reiterated that their support focused on patrol vessels and radar, not warships. Despite clear denials, many online clung to the rumor, dismissing official statements as cover-ups. The episode revealed a deepening distrust of institutions and a preference for sensational narratives. Even in the face of facts, the viral story proved stubbornly resilient. The challenge of fighting misinformation had never been clearer. Beyond legal barriers, the practical challenges of a destroyer transfer are overwhelming. Operating a Maya-class destroyer would drain the Philippine defense budget and require hundreds of highly trained crew. The necessary training, infrastructure, and maintenance would take years and cost a fortune. Without this support, the ship would be useless, a peer queen. Strategically, a single high-end ship makes little sense. A fleet of affordable multi-role vessels is far more effective. The Philippines' real strategy is to build a sustainable, resilient navy, not chase silver bullet solutions. The destroyer fantasy was never just improbable, it was strategically illogical. Reality demands practical choices, not viral dreams. The Phantom Destroyer saga is a cautionary tale for our digital era. Sensational stories spread because they tap into emotion and offer easy answers to complex problems. The truth, patient diplomacy, incremental progress, and real partnership is less flashy, but far more valuable. Fact-checking and media literacy are now essential skills for every citizen. Simple steps, reverse image searches, checking official sources, can debunk viral rumors in minutes. The real Japan-Philippines partnership is about steady, sustainable support patrol vessels, radar, and training. This is the story of genuine alliance, not fantasy. Our civic duty is to value facts over viral fiction. The strength of a nation lies in the discernment of its people, not in imaginary warships. The true story of the Japan-Philippines alliance is compelling enough, no embellishment required.